Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome live and direct from the Frank Beck Chevrolet Studio Annex. This is another edition of Time Out Time on the Time Out Time YouTube channel. I'm your host, Rick Arsenal. You know the drill. Please smash that like and subscribe button. Tell your friends that subscriber will be the winner. And if you're already a subscriber, you know what you're going to win. So thank you very much. Let's get a few things out of the way here first. Maybe the best win of the season for the Red Wings last night. And Alex DeBrincat, that guy's on fire right now. 2 more goals. He's got 20. He's on a pace to get 40 right now. Got off to a slow start, but man, he sure has picked it up. Gibson in goal has been much better. I think he's won 6 in a row now, including a couple of shutouts. He got off to a bit of a rocky start, but maybe it turned out to be pretty good. So Wings are in first place right now with 41 points in the Atlantic Division. They're a point ahead of Tampa Bay. They turn right around tonight. They have to play the Utah Mammoth. Albeit Utah, in spite of the fact that they are an expansion team, they're 16 and what? 3, I think, right now. They haven't been playing that badly. And again, the second game for the Wings in a 24-hour period, they haven't been too good. So they may be favored tonight, but it won't be all that easy. I guess what I'm saying is don't count this as a win. Don't count your chickens before they hatch tonight. Okay? I think it'd be a disappointment if they were to lose tonight. But so if you were to ask me what my spin, so to speak, would be on the Red Wings so far right now, well, where would you place them? I'd say I want to wait. I'm going to wait because after tonight, the next 4 games, they got back-to-back games coming up with the Capitals, a very good team. Then they play the Dallas Stars, another good team. Carolina Hurricane, another good team after that. I want to see what transpires the next 4 games after tonight. Okay. Keep one thing in mind too. This schedule, because of the Winter Olympics, and the fact that the NHL is going on a 2-week hiatus, so the players can participate for their respective countries in the Winter Olympics, whether it be Russia or Finland or Sweden or Canada or USA. So, hang on a second here. Where I'm getting at is, because of that, I didn't realize until this morning, the Wings do not have a home game in the month of February this year. They don't. They've got their annual New Year's Eve game at Little Caesars against the Pittsburgh Penguins. What is it? Then they turn right around 24 hours later and play in Pittsburgh on New Year's Day night. This is nuts. I know you're going to say every team goes through this, but boy. Anyway, Alex DeBrincat has kind of put this team on his shoulders right now, I guess you might say. He and Gibson, John Gibson, the goaltender. Islanders are a good team. This was the 3rd matchup with them this year, and they had won the previous 2. So far so good. But where are the Wings right now? Are they a good team? Mediocre team? I would have to say they're pretty much. I would put them right in the category of the other 7 teams in that division. There's only like 6 or 7 points separating from top to bottom in that 8-team division, and the way it is now, you could lose 2 or 3 games in a row, and you're in last place. Or then you could turn around and win 2 or 3 games in a row, and you're in first place. I'd say they're right. I would lump them in there with the other 7 teams in their division. What am I saying? I think they're all average, mediocre hockey teams. Nothing elite in that division at all. Not this year, anyway. The other division in the East, the teams they got coming up, the Capitals are very good, much better than any team in the East. So are the Dallas Stars over there in the West, and even the Carolina Hurricane. Yeah, but right now, who's going to come out of the East to represent the East in Stanley Cup Finals? I'd have to say either the Capitals or the Hurricane. Over there in the West, the best team over there right now is probably the Avalanche. That might be the best team in the NHL right now. So a lot depends too on what happens at the trade deadline. I don't expect Steve Yzerman to do anything. He never does. It's a good young team, the Wings, I'd say, but contend for a playoff spot, but nothing more than that. I don't. They could make the playoffs this year, but I don't see them getting out of the first round. I just don't. In other words, I've said this before, pump the brakes. Don't get too excited. Okay? As far as basketball, college basketball, Michigan State, they beat Toledo last night. It was a beatdown at the Breslin Center. Big deal. Okay, the Spartans are what, 9-1 now, 10-1. I don't know. What does that prove if you beat Toledo? And the same thing for Michigan. They don't play. They play. They don't play till Sunday at the Chrysler when they take on LaSalle, I think. I expect when the two teams meet up for the first time this year, January 30th, I think Michigan goes into that game probably 20-0, and Michigan State 20-1. Okay. The Big Ten season commences in earnest right after New Year's. Once you get into the Big Ten season, we'll have a better read on both of these teams. So far, so good. And the Pistons, of course, an impressive win at Boston a couple of nights ago. They'll play tomorrow night in Dallas, and then they've got come home here Saturday, I think, to take on the Hornets before embarking on a 5-game, 8-day road trip out west from December the 22nd to December the 30th. 5 games in 8 days at Portland, Sacramento, Salt Lake City, and 2 games in LA against the Clippers and the Lakers. That'll tell us a lot too. But if you have work in the school system and you're on Christmas break, that's a windfall for you. You'll be able to stay up and watch these games late at night, I suppose. Will Trajan Langdon do any good trade deadline? I don't know. Their weakness right now is probably 3-point shooting. The majority of their points come in the paint. But hey, they're 21-5. Mavericks aren't very good. Neither the Hornets. I shouldn't be doing this looking ahead. But before they head out on that West Coast trip, they could very well be 23-5. I probably shouldn't say that, but anyway, let's get our commercials out of the way here first. As you know, I'm very happy and proud to be able to welcome the Finish Line Family Restaurant to our family of sponsors. They have been doing, wouldn't be around this long if they hadn't been doing something right for more than 40 years, 4 decades. They've been a part of our community. Now, with the new expanded hours, of course, on Carlton Road in Hillsdale, you all know where it is. And now the new expanded hours, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. They've got some great new menu items. I've tried them all. They're spectacular. Yeah, they're really good. Carl's Cajun Chicken Wrap, the new special BLT, kicked up, if you will, on steroids. Darcy Burger, New daily specials coming soon. Homemade spinach and artichoke dip, grilled cheeseburger with the brisket blended burger mix. It's all good stuff. Believe me, folks, it's all great. It's all good. I've tried it. And like I said, for more than 4 decades, award-winning breakfast served all day. Fast, friendly service, great family atmosphere, good old down home comfort food cooking. There's only one place to go around here. That's the Finish Line Family Restaurant on Carlton Road in Hillsdale. Remember, you'll always finish first when you dine at the Finish Line. I can guarantee you that. And I'll see you there. Okay. Just a second here. Pardon me. We're also brought to you in part by, of course, by Frank Beck Chevrolet on M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville. Right now, Chevy's Red Tag Sales event is going on. Right now, yeah. You get 0% financing on the 2026 Equinox, Trailblazer, and 2026 light-duty Silverado pickup trucks. Plus, you don't make your first payment for 90 days. You want more? How about bonus cash? Bex has up to $3,000 available to qualified buyers on 2026 Silverado light duty. Now, as always, see the dealer for complete details. The offer is good through January 2nd. And of course, Merry Christmas from everyone at Frank Beck Chevrolet and M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville, and on the web at frankbeckchevy.com. Come and experience the Frank Beck Chevrolet difference. Chevrolet together, let's drive. Chevy Drive, Southern Michigan. And of course, Frank Beck Chevrolet is the number one selling Chevrolet dealer in our immediate tri-state area. We're also brought to you in part by Barron Insurance, pardon me, on M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville, 517-849-1000. That's BarrettINS.com. Barron Insurance, protecting your dreams. As I said, on M99 and US 12 in Jonesville, 517-849-1000. Barron Insurance, protecting your dreams. That's BarrettINS.com. Okay. Is Michigan getting any closer to finding a new head coach? Let's stop and look at this a second. By the way, the Lions are practicing today, and there's not a whole lot of news to report. I'll have more about them on Friday. Okay. I want to spend most of my time talking about Michigan's search for a new head coach. Front runners right now. Well, Kenny Dillingham, the 35-year-old head coach at Arizona State. This changes every day. Apparently, Kenny Dillingham is a front runner right now, according to the Las Vegas odds. Anyway, I don't know if anyone in Ann Arbor has contacted him or if they have had any dialogue yet. I do know he said just recently when someone tried to pin him down, "Hey, are you staying or are you going?" He wouldn't give any definitive answer. Okay. Non-committal. Kenny Dillingham at Arizona State, the three front runners right now, with maybe Fish at Washington and DeBoer at Alabama. Those appear to be the three. Look, Jesse Minter's name has been mentioned, but he's been here before, and a lot of people think he's dirty because he was associated with the past or previous scandals. I would tend to agree with that. Bip Poggi, now the interim coach, who spoke yesterday, said the team felt betrayed. How much did he know? If you're bringing in, look, not just the head coach, you've got to clean house and bring in an entirely new staff from top to bottom. You got to do a purge, okay? You got to flush the radiator out completely. Enema, however you want to describe it. From the first day Jim Harbaugh got there, it's been one scandal after another. Okay. In fact, Jim Harbaugh was interviewed, was it yesterday, on the Dan Patrick Show, and said he and Moore have been texting back and forth since this whole thing went down. I don't think we've heard the end of it yet either. Stop and think about it. If you were one of these front runners, suppose, so to speak, would you want to come in here and get involved in this mess we have here right now? I mentioned Big Bochy. How much did he know? You think there wasn't a single coach on the Michigan coaching staff that didn't know what was going on? Or would you be naive or gullible enough to think so? To think that there's some said maybe they didn't know what was transpiring? Yeah. Even Poggi, it might come up. Poggi knew things and didn't come forward with the information as he should have. As I said, there's a lot to be uncovered yet in this Michigan situation, a whole lot. And the clock is ticking because if you're Michigan, you know, the Citrus Bowl is on New Year's Eve, the 31st. Don't you think they'd want a coach in place? They wouldn't have to make an announcement until after the Citrus Bowl. They'd want a coach in place in principle by Christmas, which is a week from today. I would think, yeah. I get the impression they're in no particular hurry right now to do anything. It's a complete quagmire mess in Ann Arbor right now, folks. You've got an interim president who doesn't know which end is up. You've got I think, a lame duck athletic director who's going to be out the door too once everything comes down. Why? What do you? If I were any of these guys, I'd tell them stay right where you are. You're going to come here. You don't even know who your boss is going to be. You're going to be stuck with an 18-year-old quarterback, 18-year-old $3.5 million quarterback, who's based on what we saw this year, nothing. Yeah. I was hoping he'd transfer out of here once all this happened, but who knows? Anyway. Okay, we'll do this and then call it a day. We wouldn't be doing this if we weren't for the help of Tim Lidley and his crack staff at Quality PC in downtown Hillsdale, 37 Waldron Street, directly across the street from Fat Jack's Automotive, 517-610-5372. Tim and his staff, folks, more than capable of resolving any technical service issues you have. Computers, newer used, flat screen TV mounting programming set up. Perhaps you're changing internet providers. You need that installed. Printers, newer used, anything at all. Get in there and see them, okay? There is no other place to go around here. We are so fortunate to have them right here among us. As I said, 517-610-5372. Quality PC, downtown Hillsdale, 37 Walden Street. You get in there telling me and Mickey sent you, will you please? Thank you very much. That's going to do it. I'll talk to you all again on Friday. Don't forget, every Saturday morning here locally at WCSR 92.1 FM, Time Out with Andy and Jed. Every Saturday morning from 9 to 10. So until Friday then, as usual, as always, thanks so much for watching and listening. Remember, please treat each other with respect. Have yourselves a darn good evening, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye. Go Wings. Go Pistons. See you. Bye.